I'm your host with the most welcome 23. You're joining me for Elementalists Book 1, Chapter 7, Office Hours. You're running down the hall, struggling to keep up with Professor Swan, who just destroyed the shadow monster that attacked you. What was that? Come on, we can't afford to linger here. It might not be safe. Too many shadows. You scramble after Professor Swan, following her through the twists and turns of the halls. She stops abruptly in front of a door with her name on it and ushers you into a cozy office. You take a moment to look around the space as Professor Swan leads you to a chair and you sit down across from you. Or sits down from across you. Her desk is piled with various knickknacks. Books are stacked in towers on the floor, and a star chart shifts and twinkles behind her chair. It looks like you're still in one piece, aside from a few bruises. Good. I'd never hear the end of it if you weren't. Mr. Swan sighs and closes her eyes for a moment. She jolts when she opens them. Oh, I'm Professor Swan, in case you didn't know that already. I teach the Sunats and Moonats here at Penderghast. Can I get you anything, a cup of tea, or perhaps you need something stronger? Professor, I'm not really sure. No, wait, you're a student. Tea it is. Tea? I don't want tea, I want answers. I'm sick of being kept in the dark. I'm not sure what you mean. Are you talking about the shadow creatures? They are rather dark and... Tell me what's going on. Professor Swan sighs, fidgeting with her rings. Finally, she takes a deep breath and looks at you calmly. Yes, of course. You must have a great many questions. Naturally, but... Tea first. Kettle floats over, and Professor Swan presses her hand, now glowing bright red against it. After a moment, the kettle whistles and pours tea into a cup, which floats over to you. Thanks. You take a small sip, and faintly bitter tea washes over your tongue with a slight tang of sweetness. You instantly feel more at ease. It's a dragon oolong. One of my favorites. It's good for inner peace. I hope the honey was okay. I find it's just the right amount of sweet. Can we get back to talking about what just happened? Right, of course. What do you want to know? I want to know... I'm assuming we get to ask all these questions. This is just a formality, so... What was the creature that attacked me? I honestly don't know. It's evidently some kind of shadow creature that must want something from you. Me, but what could I have that it wants? Normally magical creatures only attack if they're cornered or defending their territory, but this is different. It's really quite fascinating. Whatever it is, it seems to have locked on to you. How'd you stop the creature? I used sun magic. Creatures of shadow are weak to sun, since it damages their physical form, which takes time to recover. So, you're saying the monster came back and could attack me again? No, but at least I think not. Once a creature has dissolved like that, it would take a truly powerful force to bring it back. You can think of it like this. If you cut down a tree, you wouldn't expect the tree to rise again from its stump. Oh, I'm sorry. I went straight into teaching mode. There won't be a quiz on this later, I promise. Why should I trust you? I've seen you watching me. How do you know, or how do I know, it's not you who's trying to hurt me? But then why would I have jumped in to rescue you? If I had wanted you gone, I would have let the creature do its job. Or I could kill you right here and now, and it wouldn't be hard. Not that I would kill you. Or just that I could. Oh no, that still sounds bad, doesn't it? And then we have this awkward pause where we think of the next question. After that, why'd you have a baby picture of me? What? A picture of you? I never had a picture of you in my life. I followed you in the lost and the found. The picture was in a bag full of weird stuff, just sitting in the middle of the floor. It wasn't pushed up against the wall like everything else, and you were the only person around it. It must have belonged to you. A bag? Oh, see, I mean, I don't know anything about a bag or a picture. Not at all. Why would I? Professor Swan's eyes dart around the room nervously, then she stands abruptly. I just realized I need to check the hull again. That monster should have left something behind. Some kind of trace after I destroyed it. You think about the rock inside your book bag. You grit your teeth, staying silent. There wasn't anything left in the hallway. I checked. And if you don't want to tell me the truth about the photo, then fine. Mr. Swan hesitates a moment, looking between the door and you before she retakes her seat. I am telling you the truth. I'm sure it was a coincidence. All sorts of stuff ends up in the Lost and Found, whether we intend it to or not. You shake your head, trying to make sense of all this new information. I just don't get it. This is the second monster that's attacked me. I don't think that's random. It's like a target has been placed on your back, drawing these monsters in. So you're saying I'm being hunted. What am I... Ellie, I'm working on figuring out who is coming after you, but in the meantime, we need to be cautious. It'd probably be best for you not to tell anyone what happened. We don't know who we can trust. But what if another monster comes after me? Let me worry about that. It's a professor's job to look after the students and ensure they have a safe environment to learn in. At least that's what our brochure says. I can't just sit around and wait to get attacked, and hoping you'll be around to rescue me. Mr. Swan checks a strange-looking device on her wrist. She hums to herself and then nods. Well, I suppose there is one spell I could teach you, but you're still too new with the magic. I'm not sure you're ready for it. It's a protective charm of sorts, and effective use of your natural sun abilities. So I'll be able to obliterate any monster that comes my way? No! The spell I used earlier is far too complex for someone still learning basic mastery of the elements. Think of this more like a shield, a way of protecting yourself should the need arise. But are you sure you're feeling well enough to cast right now? You still look rather shaken up. If you learn the spell, you'll be able to better defend yourself in battle. Professor? I think I'm too tired. I need a cafe maca latte 2-calf math and blah, 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 whatever the blonde crap is. I can handle it. It doesn't matter how I'm feeling. I need to learn the spell. Excellent. I admire your determination, Ellie. Professor Swan stands up and gestures for you to do the same. She shoves a pile of books out of the way to clear space. Okay, so some magic revolves around using light and time, because the sun gives us light and signifies the passage of time. Now, the spell I'm going to teach you to create a shield by bending the light around you through the observation of time. Bending light through observation of time. Precisely. Now, pick something to focus on, preferably something that moves, so you can see it change as the seconds pass. I use my watch, but really, anything will do. Once you have the object, feel yourself in relation to it. See how you interact, then channel that magic into your arms, and... Mr. Swan spreads her arms out to the side and brings them up above her head, clapping them together. Solace! A bright, glowing, semi-transparent bubble surrounds Professor Swan's body. It holds for a few moments and fades. That was awesome. Now you try. You count the seconds that pass between each breath. You feel your lungs expand in your chest. You push that feeling in your arms, and you spread them out. Clap them over your head. Solace. A bubble instantly surrounds you while warmth settles in your belly. Professor Swan launches a cackling ball of electricity at you. The bubble easily absorbs it, sending sparks flying around the room. Whoa, you didn't say you were going to attack me. I needed to make sure you were casting the shield correctly, and you did. Flawlessly, well done. You can now use a defense ball. So the question is, can I use it on others? Guess we'll find out in time. Now I know what to do if I get attacked again. Indeed. Now, you'll have to excuse me, but I have to get back to my research, and I'm sure you've got homework waiting for you. But there's still so much I don't understand. I think you've learned quite enough for one day. I'm sure you'll feel better after a good night's rest. And remember, it's prudent that we keep the monster and these attacks quiet, just until we figure out who we can trust. With a defeated sigh, you head towards the door. Professor Swan calls out to you. Keep up your magical studies. You will be starting your sun attunement practice soon. I'll try to be prepared. You go straight from Professor Swan's office to the dining hall looking for your friends. Professor Swan said I need to be cautious, but these are my friends. I know I can trust them. You easily spot them at one of the tables and head over.
Ellie, where have you been? You missed me shoving a whole piece of Pixelberry pie in my mouth.
I wouldn't say you actually missed anything. It was quite disgusting. Hey Ellie, you came in here in a hurry. Is everything okay? I've been better. You won't believe what happened to me, but we shouldn't talk here. I don't want the whole school to know about it. You don't want the whole school to know about what? Turn to see Beckett at a nearby table, leaning back in his chair, head inclined towards you.
You're like everywhere. Do you just follow us around and eavesdrop?
You're the ones who are always talking so loudly. Beckett huffs and goes back to reading a book, and you whisper.
We can't talk here. There's too many people. We need to go somewhere off the grid, somewhere secret.
I think I've got just the place. Come on, let's get out of here. As you get up from your table, you notice Beckett still sitting alone. With a sigh, you walk over to him.
Well, are you coming?
Wait, are you talking to me?
Hang on. He's coming with us. Are you sure he should know about, well, all of it?
He's coming because he's cute. Beckett's face turns a deep shade of red, and he sputters for a few seconds. What? You've got to be joking.
See? Just look at him. He's adorable.
Ellie, if you like nerds, just let me introduce you to some of my company's algamal scientists. You'd love them.
Beckett, are you coming or not?
Of course I'm coming. Naturally, that was my intention all along. Beckett scrambles to gather his belongings and follows the rest of you out of the dining hall. I don't think we got to see that side of Beckett before. Griffin leads you to a deserted section of the building. You pass by a few empty classrooms, and Griffin stops abruptly at the end of the hall. Why is it that every time I go someplace with you, we end up in a dead-end hallway? I'll let you in a secret. That's where all the cool stuff is hidden. Griffin runs his fingers along the wooden paneling on the wall, searching. He presses his hand forward and a piece of wood sinks in. Suddenly, a ladder drops down from the ceiling, revealing a trapdoor. Seriously, is this place just full of secret passageways? The college has been around for over 3 centuries. Logically, there are places the general student body doesn't know about. And it's a lot nicer than just hiding out in an empty classroom. With a grin, Griffin climbs up the ladder. You glance at the rest of your friends before you grab a rung and follow after him. Come up through the trapdoor and are greeted by a cozy room. A large bookcase sits against the wall, holding rocks that seem to change color, and a massive table fills up the center of the room, and a small humanoid figurine sitting atop it. Ah, cool. Welcome to the Roost. Wow, I want one. Me too. Imagine if this were a secret spa with built-in hot springs. It'd be just like one I have at home. I bet Banner would love all the space to run around. He always gets antsy in my room. Upon speaking his name, Banner appears from the ether in your arms. You gently pet his head. How you doing, buddy? Feeling better about, after everything that happened earlier? Sound like you're just fine. As you let Banner go, he immediately darts around the room, bumping in on one of the bookshelves and making you shake. Banner, maybe go find some place quiet to lay down, okay? Banner tilts his head at you before making himself comfortable in a corner of the room. You and your friends settle in, you take a deep breath, and steel yourself before telling them everything, filling in the gaps for Beckett and Griffin. Back up a moment. You're saying that you were attacked by some kind of monster. Yeah, and that's not the first time it happened either. I got attacked the first day I was here, and I saw that weird reflection too. Except this last monster left behind some kind of rock. That's never happened before. You all sit in silence for a moment, and Griffin clears his throat. When Zeph said you had a sheltered upbringing, I didn't realize you knew nothing about magic.
Forget about that. I was right. I knew that creature that showed up on your first date wasn't just some kind of prank.
Yeah, it seems that way. Swan thinks I'm being targeted by someone.
But who would want to attack you, Ellie?
They must be absurdly talented if they're getting through the school's wards.
Why do you sound so impressed?
Do you have any idea who it could be behind it?
I think it's someone outside the school.
I mean, he just did say it got past the wards. In a way, it's Pixelberry in a way telling us it's coming from outside. That seems like the most logical option. If someone was attacking you from within the school, the professors would have caught them.
The rest of the world really narrows things down for us. It's just billions of people. No big deal.
It could literally be anyone.
This isn't adding up. Swan said that monsters were after me specifically, but it's not like I did anything. None of this makes any sense. There's monsters, my reflection, this rock, but there must be something I'm missing.
You run a frustrated hand over your face.
How am I supposed to figure this out on my own?
Tria puts her hand on your shoulder and smiles at you.
Well, you won't be on your own. You have me, and let's be honest, my mental aptitude and business savvy, well, you don't need much else. Yeah, I'm about to run, I'm not about to run away when things have gotten interesting around here.
We're a team, Ellie. We have your back no matter what. And looking at the motley crew, I suppose I have no choice but to help if anything's going to actually get done. You look around at your friends, all determined to help you in the face of danger. 5 minutes ago, we wouldn't even accept Beckett and the crew. Oh well.
Thanks, guys. I think we can do this together. Here, here. And that's a perfect siege to...
Tria digs around in her bag and pulls out a handful of multicolored string bracelets. Pen pals! Check it out.
They're friendship bracelets. I really didn't want to do my potions homework, and I figured you all needed accessorizing. Oh, and they're enchanted, so you never had a bad hair day. I think you're mean. They're enchanted with the power of friendship.
Tria hands you one of the bracelets and stops in front of Beckett. His eyes go wide as she gives him one.
Yes, there's one for you. You're lucky I was so convinced Zeph would break his that I made an extra.
You chuckle to yourself and look back at your bracelet. You try to tie it on your wrist, but it keeps slipping through your fingers. You glance around at your friends for help. Well, Shreya's giving him out. Zeph's an okay guy. There's Griffin. And there's Beckett. And we'll go with Beckett. Give him another shot.
Beckett, can you give me a hand?
Can you do anything on your own?
Oh, then let's see you put yours on without any help.
Beckett tries to tie the bracelet, almost dropping it in the process. He flushes. I don't feel like wearing it right now. I'm perfectly capable. You roll your eyes and snatch the bracelet from his hand and tie it around his wrist. His blush deepens and he looks pointedly away. When you're through, Beckett ties your bracelet on, his fingers brushing gently over your skin.
There, was that so hard?
You all gather around and Shri examines you in each turn.
Perfection. We already look so much better.
I don't see why you're making such a big deal over a bracelet.
Why not?
No. You snort as Shri and Griffin laugh. Beckett merely shakes his head, pincing the bridge of his nose. We're officially a team now. Everybody in.
Wait, we need a team name. But we already have one. It's Pen Pals. Didn't you read the bracelet? No. We need something we all agree on.
Ellie, why don't you do the honors? Fine. I'm gonna keep it how I kept it in the original. Locums Locos.
But the bracelets say Pen Pals.
Locums Locos. I like it. In the corner of the room, Banner lifts his hand.
Sounds like Banner likes it too.
Griffin holds his hand down, and everyone stacks theirs on top. You all bounce your hands in the center and then raise them above your heads. Locums locos! I hate to be the burster of bubbles, but shouldn't we keep Ellie from getting killed before celebrating? Yeah, good point. Anyone have any idea where we should start? Honestly, do I have to do all the work around here? We should start in the library, preferably later, so some of us can get our homework done. Let's meet up in the library at 10 then. Friends head towards the trapdoor. As you go to follow, one of the shadows in the corner seems to shift. Oh no. Ellie, is something wrong? You watch the shadows closely, but they remain stationary. With a relieved sigh, you look back at Griffin, who is still sitting comfortably on the floor. Griffin, aren't you coming? Nah, I'm pretty beat from the trials earlier, so I think I'll just stay here. Chill out, listen to some of my favorite muses. Muses? Right, I forgot you're not from around here. It's like a tuneless record, I guess, but trust me, it's way cooler. You're welcome to stay. I'd love to tell you more about my muses, or just spend some quality time together. I'm not sure I could focus on my homework, even if I tried. Hanging with you does sound like a lot more fun. Well then, what do you say? Want to stick around and keep me company? Spend some time with Griffin to learn more about the magical world and have your chance to share a romantic moment with him? I should do my homework. I'd love to. I'd love to. Why not? After the day you've had, I think you deserve some time to rest. Plop down on the floor next to Griffin, taking a moment to look around the room. You smile. So, what's all this stuff here? There's a little figures your favorite thief's team. Does this place get lonely? Doesn't this place get lonely? I mean, it's cool and all, but I think it'd get lonesome if you spent too much time in here by yourself. It's nice to have some place to escape, especially when the team is getting on my nerves. I'd rather be alone than with them. Oh, I guess that makes sense. But if I had my choice, I'd prefer to spend time with people I like you. The feeling's mutual. Where'd you even hear about this place? I'm guessing you didn't find it by just bumping into the wall. Actually, I kinda did. My freshman roommate and I didn't really get along. He was up at all hours, always partying. Sometimes it was easier to just stay out all night rather than try and go back to my room. That sounds miserable. It was, but it worked out. I was wandering the halls late one night, and I was pretty tired, so I walked right into a wall. I put a hand up to catch myself when we pressed the switch. Ladder nearly dropped on my head, and I've been coming here ever since. I'm surprised you haven't moved your bed here, or at least installed a TV. I think that'd be a bit excessive. I do have a phono player, though. Griffin stands up and returns with a small, intricately decorated music box, a brass horn jutting up from it. You're telling me this plays music? Of course it plays music. This one's my dream engineer. They're one of my favorites. Griffin twirls his finger in front of the music box. Its exposed gears begin spinning, and music pours out of it as if it was our stereo. Close your eyes and let the soft rhythms wash over you. Slowly, your whole body starts to feel like jello, and everything around you seems to wiggle. Whoa, does all magical music make you feel this way? No. There's all sorts of different effects. Like neon black marks makes you really weird hallucinations, and kind of a harp rings out, soft and sweet, with bass underneath it. And what's that noise? Is it an instrument? Oh, that's a choral harmonica, made by the merfolk. It sounds much sweeter underwater. So, what do you think? Do you like it? This music is... it's awesome. It has its place. I'm a person who loves music, and all music has its place. I've never felt this relaxed in my life. I feel like I just melt into the floor and never move. It's great. Yeah, it's really useful when you're trying to get to sleep. It'll knock you right out. I'm seriously gonna have to borrow this muse. Or however you borrow magical music? I'll get you a copy, and I'm sure you can find a photo somewhere in Penn Square. You and Griffin listen to a few more songs, and just as you find yourself relaxing, Griffin clears his throat. It's nearly 10. We should probably go meet up with the others. Just as I was getting comfortable, Griffin stands and offers you his hand to help you out. I should plan dates more like this. Griffin, I just wanted to say, we should plan dates more like this. Griffin looks over at you in surprise and smiles. You know, if you're okay calling this a date. Griffin takes your hand, giving you a gentle squeeze. I'm very okay with that. You know, despite getting attacked, this evening turned out pretty nice. But you know what could make it even better? Finding info on that monster? Okay, other than that, I don't know. What is it? A little romance. Take a step towards Griffin, keeping your eyes locked on his. His lips curl into a smile as you lean closer. Close enough that your breath mingles with his. Then he puts a hand on your shoulder and takes a step back. I want to kiss you so bad right now. Griffin reaches up and brushes his fingers along your cheek. But I don't want our first kiss to just be something to cheer you up. I want it to be special for both of us. How chivalrous. Well then, I'll be looking forward to that special moment. Me too. Thanks for keeping me company, Ellie. It's nice having someone I can just relax with. Trust me, I needed this as much as you did. Now let's get going, before the others start bickering. With a laugh, you and Griffin head to the library to meet up with the rest of your friends. You arrive at the library to find Tria, Zeph, and Beckett all crowded around a table. After all the time Beckett and I spent in here, shelving books, finding what we need should be a breeze. Don't underestimate the library, Ellie. It's all sorts of secrets. I think divide and conquer is our best strategy. We can each gather a stack of books that look relevant and look through them. I quite agree. It's the fastest and most efficient method. Griffin and I can handle investigating this rock the monster left behind. I know a few geology texts that might have the answer. Then Zeph and I will look into the reflection you keep seeing. And I'll try to find information on monsters. You and your friends split up, heading to different sections of the library, and bring stacks of books back to the central table. You spend the next hour poring over books for any relevant information. Hey, Shriel, look what I drew next to this unicorn. It's horn stabbing someone in the butt. Will you two actually focus on and quit drawing in the library books? We have work to do. What do you mean drawing in the library books? You can't be serious. You wouldn't actually. Shake your head as Griffin starts erasing the drawing and picks up an encyclopedia of magical creatures. You flip through the pages, stopping on one with a number of illustrations. I wonder if one of these attacked me. Maybe it's Dopey Cat, Shadow Creature, Kraken. You know, we did Shadow Creature in normal. It had no effect. I'm gonna do Evil Cat. You hold the book up, showing the picture of your friends. What do you think about this? You're seriously proposing that a cat attacked you? It doesn't look anything like the monsters you described. I'm not even sure it's an actual monster. But it's in a book of magical creatures. Look, it says right here that it's a sketch. There's only one in existence. I think someone just got bored and drew it for fun. You, Zeph, and Tria burst into laughter. Beckett shushes you. Well then, guess we'd better keep looking. As you turn back to the encyclopedia, glance over at Zeph's book, its bright colors catching your eye. Take a peek. It's a reading rainbow. Zeph, that doesn't look like research. Oh, sorry, I got distracted. Zeph rubs the back of his neck sheepishly as he sets the book aside. You grab another book from the pile when Tria calls to you from a nearby aisle. Hey, Ellie,
come take a look at this. Did you find something on the creature? Even better. I thought I'd see if the spell work section had anything on it, and I found this moon spell. It could help with our investigation. A moon spell? But Tria, that's a pretty high-level magic. I don't think I could do that. Nonsense. Aren't you a sunat? You should have more than enough potential to pull it off. Besides, it's way too useful to pass up. What does it do? Moon magic deals with emotions and manipulating them. The spell makes a person more open, so they'll be more willing to tell you secrets. So it's like a true spell? Not quite. They won't tell you anything they wouldn't normally, but they will be more talkative about what they really think. If we could figure out who to ask, this spell could help us get more information on these attacks. Exactly. Since I'm feeling generous, I'll even let you practice using it on me. Honestly, if I had to read another dry tome, I might die.
Learn the moon spell to learn more about Tria, and to help gather information in the future. Tria, we need to stay focused, okay? As much as it is truth, we're gonna play truth or dare later. I mean, that sounds useful.
You're a genius. I know, it's a natural talent.
Yeah, okay. Tria loops her arms in yours and leads you to a secluded section of the library.
Come on then, try it on me. The book says you first have to clear your mind of all emotion. Then you put your hand on the person's shoulder and stare deeply into their eyes.
Take a deep breath, forcing the smile from your face. You watch Tria, and as you reach for her shoulder, she pats her eyelashes at you.
Tria, quit it. I can't clear my emotions if you're goofing off. What? Am I distracting you?
You shake your head and look deeply into Tria's eyes. As your feelings bubble up, you push them away. Tips of your fingers grow warm as you channel your magic into them, and you touch Tria's shoulder.
Well, do you feel any different? Yes, I feel like... Ellie, are you really wearing those shoes? What were you thinking this morning? They don't go with your outfit at all. I mean, you look so precious when you're embarrassed. I really should tease you more often. Just to see that face, it's priceless. Well, at least we know it works, but I'm starting to think this was a bad idea. Don't be ridiculous, I'm having fun. Now ask me something.
Okay, Tria. Tell me an embarrassing story about yourself.
When I was a kid, I dressed up as a dragon for Halloween. Aw, I want to see pictures of that. I bet you were so cute. Yes, I know. I was absolutely adorable. The sweetest little dragon the world had ever seen. Anyway, I love the costume so much, I refused to take it off. That doesn't seem that embarrassing, Tria. We all had outfits like that. I didn't take it off for weeks. Oh. It was so caked in dirt that the zipper got stuck and my parents had to cut me out of it. Quick, ask me something else.
Can I cut up one of your dresses? Why is a raven like a writing desk? How much do you like me? Tria pauses for a moment before answering.
I do like you quite a bit. I think you're quite good looking and fun to be around. Sometimes I even think about kissing you. Really? Oh, sorry, Tria. I shouldn't have asked. Don't be silly. The spell already wore off.
Oh. Okay. Tria grins and winks at you, making your face heat up.
Tria, you're ridiculous. I would argue that I know how to have a good time. After all, I did make this moon spell more entertaining for you. Oh, and Ellie, just so you know, if you tell anyone about this, I will personally fill your room with slethers. I don't know what a slether is, and I don't really want to find out.
You can now use a moon spell. Suddenly you hear raised voices coming from the table. You and Tria exchange a look before hurrying back to find Griffin and Beckett arguing. It's the best way for us to... It's not an option.
Whoa, what's going on here?
He's suggesting a ridiculous... What I'm suggesting would make finding what we're looking for a lot damn easier.
What do you mean?
I know a spell that summons what a person needs if they concentrate hard enough, including a book with the information you're looking for.
It's too risky. If something goes wrong, it could.
I am fully capable. The spell just involves placing my hand on the forehead of the person I'm casting on. It's not a big deal.
I want to... know the risks first. Just so I know what I'm getting myself into.
Beckett huffs, crossing his arms. When channeled wrong, the spell can leave the individual confused, sometimes for days, but I'm a very skilled caster. You'll be fine.
This would be faster than searching my hand.
Griffin opens his mouth as if to protest and then shuts it. He gives you a firm nod.
Alright, I think it's worth the risk.
Now, just think about the shadow monsters you encountered. Beckett reaches out and places his hand on your forehead. You close your eyes and think about the creatures that attacked you. Then, all of a sudden, your vision goes white. Got your head as your vision comes back. Griffin takes a worried step towards you. Ellie, are you okay?
I'm fine. That was just a lot.
You wait a few moments, but nothing seems to have changed. That should have... Suddenly, her loud thud. Glance around at the rest of your friends, and then hear it again. You follow the sound whining through the aisles as the thud grows louder and louder and leads you to a bookcase pressed against the wall.
Sound is coming from behind it?
Does anyone else feel that air current? I think there might be an opening behind this bookcase. Griffin and Zeph shift the bookcase out of the way, revealing an opening behind it. A book immediately flaps towards you, landing in your hand, already open. You turn it over to look at the cover. Who is making all that racket?
Ellie, hurry. I don't think we're supposed to be here.
Open the book. You flip back to the open page and quickly scan it.
There have been no recorded instances of a blood ad successfully taking a human soul. For more information, see the diagram on page 394.
Quickly flip to page 394 and only find it missing. Examine the binding where the page bits of torn paper stick out.
Where are the rest of the pages?
Ellie, we've got to go. The librarian's coming. You let go of the book and it flaps back into the room. Griffin and Zeph quickly shift the bookcase back into place, just as the librarian, Mr. Cornichwhip, turns the corner. You all hurry down the next aisle before he can spot you, then quietly make your way to the other end of the library.
That book was open to a page on blood magic. Aster said she heard the word blood when the tree spoke to her. We must be on the right track.
Maybe someone's using blood magic to send those monsters after you.
Why would someone go through all that effort, though? Blood magic is notoriously difficult to do. Not to mention illegal. Whoever they are, they must really want to get to you, Ellie. I'm so confused. Just want to know
what the hidden room was. Who ripped the pages out? What was on those missing pages? What was on those missing pages?
Obviously, someone thought they were worth keeping or worth hiding from the rest of the world. I bet they had a blood magic spell on them, or sketches of a dark ritual, or some kind of terrible curse. Or should we try to sneak back in once the librarian is gone, see if we can learn anything else? I don't know. The pages we need were already ripped out. Maybe they're somewhere inside?
Doubtful. If there was anything more useful to us than that book, my speller would have summoned it instead. Which means we should probably call it a night. I don't think the library will have any more answers for us.
I feel like we barely learned anything. Too bad someone ripped out those pages. Then at least we'd have a lead.
I'd say it was fairly successful night, actually. Now we know what type of magic to associate with those creatures.
And we discovered another cool Penderghast secret. You're right. We're one step closer to figuring all this out.
And your friends head out of the library, feeling more sure of yourselves than than when you first arrived. Later in the night, you step out of the shower and pull on your pajamas. I'm so tired. And I thought life couldn't get any more crazier after Magick existed. But no, monsters are trying to kill me too. You shake your head in disbelief and catch a glimpse of your hazy reflection in the steamed-up mirror. Squint and notice that your hair looks wrong. You rub your eyes and look away, but the reflection remains motionless, staring at you. Not again. Your breath catches in your throat, and you stand there frozen. Your reflection raises a finger to the glass. B-L-O-O-D. Blood. Well, I hope y'all did enjoy. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down description below. Links to social media, Discord, and our links to our few social media outlets, and a few links to support me and my content. And without further ado, thanks for watching. Please, if you did enjoy this, do share it. And catch you all in the next video. Peace.